I told you we were going to be talking about Dana White Contender Series alumni, and we got one right here. Christian C-Rod Rodriguez. Again, back at 145 pounds, but this time you're fighting the debutante fighter, Austin Bashi. Now, Bashi, if you take a look at him, I'm going to show a picture on the screen so y'all can see. He looks like a delightful young gentleman, young kid, right, who's out here just trying to live his best life. This man is mean in the cage. Mean man right here. Don't mess with this dude. Because you want to talk about grapplers, you want to talk about effective people, you're talking about Dana White Contender Series fight where the man had, 18 landed takedown average. Yeah, that was takedowns. That was real takedowns. 18? That's a lot, man. Rinse, wash, repeat. Up, down, up, down, up, down. The scariest part about Austin Bashi, if we're being real here, though, man, his finishing capacities are really scary, man. When he gets somebody's back, he's a finisher. Rear naked chokes all day long. The problem, though, C-Rod, he's the foil, right? He's the guy that you send these hyped up dudes to go and fight, and he sends them on their other way. But AJ, he did a lot of that at 135 pounds, and a couple times during that span, he didn't even make 135 pounds himself, right? So it was sanctioned cheating, if you will. Talk to me about this matchup. Talk to me about what kind of foil C-Rod can be against Bashi.
Well, this is going to be a fun one, Derek, because I feel like if Dana White could clone any fighter going forward, it would be Austin Bashi, right? He has the closest thing we've seen to what an American smash would be, right? Like the Dagestani smash, this boy brings that kind of volume, that kind of ferocity, that kind of power forward in an American style, right? Look, impressive wrestling, dude has crazy power, but you're right, man. C-Rod has all the tools to be able to go ahead and stop this or at least put a halt to what the Austin he was in his last fight. It was a rough one for him. The Julian Juicy J Arosa fight. He was looking good until the pressure of Arosa just took too much. I can see where things line up with the pressure that Bashi's going to be producing. I can see where that might be a deterrent or an exclamation for Bashi going forward in this fight. But with how C-Rod is able to find moments and do specific things to get, like, just elude, right? Cut corners, set out of the way, like, set up the traps that he's able to, especially with a young fighter. I can see C-Rod having moments in this fight. They're going to be either tide turners or just another nail in the coffin.
That's the thing, man. Like, Bashi, his physicality might shut a little bit of that down, right? Because I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, C-Rod, man, there's two ways that I predict this fight basically playing out. Bashi finds the takedown, even if it takes him a couple. He just finds himself in a position where he's able to take the back, step over, hold control, and either win a boring fight with massive levels of control or find the submission. The other way is you gas out due to one of two things. You gas out due to failed takedown attempts because C-Rod's able to stuff him, or because C-Rod doesn't have the greatest takedown defense in the world. Gas out because you take him down, but he keeps scrambling, and now you're back up trying to take him back down and up and down. And I could tell you, man, I was training last night doing that. And I was like, this is terrible. I hate this. Cardio is worst. It's the worst thing in the world. And that's what these guys are facing day in and day out, especially with this specific kind of matchup. So this can be a pure smash American style for Austin Bashi, or this could be a y'all must have forgot C-Rod edition. I doubt the physicality. I don't know if there's a reason the man was having success at 135, and there's a reason he wanted to continue to fight at 135. It's because these 140 individuals. Now, AJ, Austin Bashi, minus 210, I believe was the open. I think he crept up as far as minus 270 at one point. Can you live check me right now?
Minus 265, Derek.
Minus 265. I read a stat, the other day, and forgive me because I'm going to butcher it, but the thesis of the stat, the ethos of it was more or less that I think about 43% of UFC debut fighters who are fighting a UFC veteran, 43% of them have actually won the fight, right? So under 50% right here. Austin Bashi might be an exception, right? But I just think historically, man, like, that's a high price tag. So AJ, we know the methods, we know smash, go wrestle, go grapple. But are you paying minus 265? Are you paying even minus 210? Even if you could get that number, are you paying that for Austin Bashi against C-Rod? Or are you trying to play a different play to make money on the fight?
That's a good question, Derek, because the over, personally, at 2.5, I'm not necessarily sold. It's minus 240 for the over, plus 190 for the under on 2.5 rounds. So a little bit worse of an odds versus just taking Bashi at the minus 210 now or then, so I can see where it is. But Derek, if I'm looking, man, what I'm looking most for, and I hope it's not one of the boring hold him down and just sit there for 15 minutes fight, minus 140 decision. That seems to be what a lot of people are thinking going forward with how Bashi, well, with how if Chris C-Rod is able to mix up the hands and the feet and get things going and keep Bashi guessing, I could see a decision happening with how many takedowns are being had. But if Austin Bashi is able to finish this fight, Derek, I see that plus 600 submission all day long, right? Get him down, grapple him down, put the seatbelt on him, choke him out.
Yeah. Yeah, I like that one too. Listen, my prediction for this one, I'm going Austin Bashi. That's the consensus pick right here, right? I don't want to bet him. I'm going to advise you guys, stay away from betting all of the normal things that you see here, the money line, even for the props. Just stick away from that. But if there is a bet, I would take Austin Bashi in the distance. Consensus pick, Austin Bashi, UFC debut against C-Rod. We'll see what 145 pounds looks like after this one.